Good evening and welcome to Linnell Gymnasium in Saco and CTV 30's coverage of Thorn Academy High School basketball. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper along with Tony Ryan, cameraman for tonight, Steve Poulis, and a rematch from 2.5 weeks ago where Thorn Academy came from behind and knocked off the Sanford Redskins 72-70 in overtime. And you remember that one, Tony, one of the best high school games we've seen in quite some time. And tonight, these two teams come in struggling just a bit. Sanford got knocked off by EL last week, a 1-point loss to the Red Eddies, who are hot as of lately. Golden Trojans beating EL on Tuesday evening in overtime, 61-53. The Eddies right now with their latest surge find themselves at 5-6 and currently ranked in the 8th spot in the SMAA. And Sanford at 8-3, Thorn Academy 9-3. The Trojans ranked 4, Redskins ranked 5. And when these two teams met last time, they were both coming in, I believe, at 6-1 at the time, with 1 loss apiece, and both those losses were at the hands of the Bonnie Eagle Scots. So the Redskins 3 losses to Bonnie Eagle, Thornton, and Edward Little. The Trojans have lost to Bonnie Eagle, Deering, and Westbrook. And a tough loss at Westbrook, buzzer beater, falling to the Blue Blazes 67-64. And obviously when you look at the heel points, Tony, 4 and 5, a win's worth a lot of points right now and can just about secure you the top 4 spots and that higher ranked seed come tourney time.
It really does, Jay. And to be perfectly honest, the winner of this game, unless the other top 3 fall, the winner of this game is going to get home court in the first round against the other team. Both, you said, are at 4 and 5 spots, so they're very close in heel points. And last time Thornton came in, the underdog. Sanford, I think, coming in tonight is probably the underdog. Thornton's got the home court advantage, they got the crowd, so we'll see tonight.
They really mirror each other in a lot of different ways. Of course, 4 and 5. Last time they were ranked right in that vicinity, 3 and 4, or somewhere right in there, and they were both 6 and 1. This time they come in 9-3, 8-3, ranked 4 and 5 respectively, and they both have the big 1-2 guns for their teams. Of course, Gallagher and Cooper of Sanford. Gallagher coming in averaging just about 18.5 per game, and Cooper's at 18.2. And the amazing thing about Cooper, he also is averaging 16.5 boards per game. And the Trojans come in, Shawn Stetson just under 20, falling below the 20 points per game mark at 19-4 a contest, and Jimmy Sacuzo averaging 17.5. So they both have the 2 big players, then a lot of key role players. And if you remember in that last contest, Nate Hall came up big at the end, hitting the big 3-point shot, and Alex Harder also coming up big with a big bucket, and then that pivotal steal in overtime, leading to the Stetson basket and the victory. And of course, those plays making News Channel 13's High Five Play of the Week. The Stetson 3-pointer to tie it at the buzzer in regulation, and then the steal by Harder to Stetson in overtime. And of course, a lot of notoriety from that game, coming off one of the best high school games you'll see. And tonight, we expect more of the same between these Redskins and Trojans. And a good crowd on hand at Linnell Gym as we do a little pre-blizzard basketball. And I got back just in time from South Florida in the Super Bowl to, I guess, catch a storm. Our first big one of the year expected tomorrow and Sunday. And look at the Trojans and waiting for the PA announcer. And of course, you remember that last one too. Controversy at the end of the overtime when Sanford's head coach, Doug Roberts, got a little upset, thought there was a foul there. We watched that over on our video a couple times replayed. Looked like Harder got it pretty clean from Cooper to get it over to Stetson. He thought there was a foul there, and he made it known to the officials. Thorn Academy starting 5. Stetson and Sacuzo, Nate Hall, Seth Bullens, and Alex Harder. Starting 5 for the Redskins: Gendron, Adams, Lawley, and Gallagher and Cooper. Cooper, 6'9", senior center. Gallagher, 6'6".
Those, Jay, are big guys. They don't get much bigger in the state of Maine.
Bullens and Gendron announced for their two teams. It's Adams of Sanford and it'll be Nate Hall for the Golden Trojans. Lally and Sacuso. Sacuso only a sophomore, 6'3", and Gallagher, the big gun of the Redskins, struggling as of late. His points per game has dropped from 22 down to 18. Stetson's 2 has come down a little from 22 to 19 and a half. And the big guy Cooper and Alex Harder for the Golden Trojans. And these two teams were ready to rumble. Trojans and the Redskins on CTV 30. Done by Heels, George Mendros, of course. Up to the minute. Westbrook Blue Blazers currently ranked number 1, 10-1 record. Right behind them, Brunswick, also at 10-1. And just point 48 behind Westbrook in the Hill points. Bonnie Eagle in 3rd at 11-1. Thorn Academy 4th, 9-3. Sanford ranked 5th at 8-3. Oxford Hills and Portland tied for the 6th slot. EL in the 8th slot. South Portland 9. They've come up to 6-6 after a very porous start for the Red Riots. And then it's Deering 10, Lewiston, Massabesic, Chevrolet, Morris, Biddeford, Noble, and Mount Ararat. Cooper will jump against Nate Hall. And we're underway. Cooper gets it back and gathered by Gendron.
Jay, the big key tonight, whose bench gets more points? The team that has the more bench scoring is going to win this game.
Bullens, with a good effort, knocks it out of bounds. And it was 3 weeks ago. Trojans winning 72-70 in overtime. The first tie came at the buzzer in regulation. Their first lead before the win came at 68-67, the first point in overtime. And then the Trojans still trailed or tied the rest of the way. And the steal by Harder and the shot by Stetson. And a big win for Thorn Academy. It'll be Gallagher from three-point land. And if I'm not mistaken, that's how the Redskins opened up against the Trojans in Sanford. Sacuso with Adams on him. They go into Stetson. Stetson hit from behind by Lally. Student body from Thorn Academy very much into this one right from the opening tap.
No, Jay, they were in it before the teams came out.
Inside, Harder looks back outside for Stetson. Stetson will drive the paint, has it swatted away by Cooper, but the foul will be called.
They got it on Cooper, but that could have been on Adams because he came from behind and pushed Stetson.
Stetson collects his first point of the night. Last outing versus the Redskins, he had 31, and he was in fuego. Got them both, and it's a 3-2 game, 7:05 to play, first quarter. Trojans come out in a man defense. Stetson right now matched up on Gendron. Versatility. 6'4" Stetson will play the point guard for the Redskins. And a turnover committed by Sanford. It'll be Thornton's ball. Long outlet for Sacuso. Leaves it for Harder. Harder going in, gets hit. Count it.
Big bucket for Harder, but more importantly, that's 2 in a minute and 10 seconds on Rob Cooper. And they get a technical on the Coop.
Doug Roberts. I think a lot of people saw the video or heard about the Sanford explosion, and he avoided a technical at the end of that game. In all reality, he should have gotten at least 1, probably 2 in his outburst. And the officials warning Roberts right away, or not even taking that much from the head coach. So Stetson will come in and take the technical. He'll get 2, and it's 5-3 Thornton Academy. And the great dish from Sacuso, the nice outlet from Stetson. So now Harder will come back in. And shoot the free throw, but now if I'm not mistaken here, Thornton Academy should still get the ball back. Exactly, so that's why they clear him out, because Harder will get his free throw, then the Trojans will have the basketball. So this, in all likelihood, could turn out to be 3 and 2,
and the ball.
5 in the ball, a 3-point shot, an 8-point or 7-point possession for the Golden Trojans.
Those are rare, very rare.
And Harder completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. He earns it, and he really did, because he had to step up to the line with just 1,000 or so fans looking on. Trojans will inbound. Scuso on Adams, has to pull up. Has it knocked away, gets his dribble back. Goes in, Stetson from behind the line. Oh, baby! An 8-point possession for the Trojans. They lead by 7. Gallagher kicks it out. Adams from 3-point land. Short, and it hits up above. It'll be Thornton's basketball. And the Trojans threatening here to blow out the Redskins. Full court pressure put on by Sanford. Trojans break it easily. Sacuso pulls up, and they get him for steps. (10-3), 6:10 to play, first quarter.
Sanford looks very out of rhythm. They're not good screens. They're very lackadaisical on the offensive end.
And they turn it over again. And you got to remember, the Thornton Academy players and student body might have a little bit of something else to settle with Coach Roberts. And some of the quotes he was printed up saying after that game, that win in Sanford. Giving the Trojans a little extra motivation for tonight's game.
I'm sure Coach Emery Stack put that up on a piece of paper right on the wall.
I don't know if Coach Emery did, but I bet some of the players did. Lob to Sakuzo, goes in and out. Great pass, Stetson Sakuzo, and somehow that rattled off the rim and out. Still 10-3. Trojans missing a big chance there to really pin the Redskins down. Gallagher wheeling, takes the shot, and almost falls. A foul will be on Nate Hall, his first personal. Big possession. It's still only a 7-point game. Thornton scores there, they make it a 9, but now the missed layup and Gallagher 2 free throws could pull him within 5. And also, if you remember, Thornton Academy trailed by 7 to 12 points most of that game in Sanford. 1 of 2 for Gallagher. Trojans 3-on-3, and Sakuzo slows it down. And getting back is Adams to make the steal.
Sakuzo never saw him.
Kumka into the lineup for the Redskins. He was instrumental late in that game for Sanford. Adams misses badly. Rebound, Gallagher. Boom! Nice move. Spins away from pressure, goes up, takes it with one hand off the window, and it's 10-6. The lead's been cut to 4. Sanford now comes out in a 1-2-2, or are they staying matchup man?
No, they're in a zone, Jay. I think it's a 1-2-2.
Inside, Sakuzo tries to go around for Harder. Harder struggling, but comes out of there with it. And then nearly throws it away and does. Kumka gliding. And the Redskins have answered. And they throw it away again. Adams goes to the bench after 2 steals consecutively. And the Redskins could tie or take the lead. Gallagher trying for the lead. No good. And Gallagher on the push-off commits the foul. His first. In for Harder, tries to pass it, has it stuffed and stolen. Off a Thornton foot, and it'll be Redskins basketball underneath their own hoop. 3:36 to go, first quarter. Jay Harper, Tony Ryan. Kumka from behind the arc. Long, and the long rebound comes out. Redskins manage the pickup. Lawley for Kumka, drives in with the big men, leaves it off. Lizotte blows the bunny.
Nice pass by Kumka.
In for Harder, can't control it. And he looks for a foul, not gonna get one. And things are getting a little sloppy right now.
Both teams have to slow it up, be patient. They're rushing their shots. Both teams coming down 10 seconds, they want to shoot.
Lizotte kicks, and they reverse it for Gallagher. Gendron drives on Stetson. Nice move, no good. Rebound, though. Harder somehow comes out. What an outlet pass. Sakuzo lays it up and in. Give the big man a rebound and an assist, and I'd give him a touchdown on that. 12-8 Trojans. And you can see the fire in Harder's eyes, and when he gets this way, look out. Lawley from way behind the arc, way long, tip, but there's Stetson breaking out with it. Goes up and in. Two fast break buckets in a row for the Golden Trojans. Bullen's almost a steal. Lawley. Bullen's whistled for the foul. Got a lot of basketball, but I think he got him after he came across. And Lawley will shoot two. Kevin Lawley, a 6-foot senior. And an excellent free throw shooter is Lawley. Adams checks back in. Lawley will sit down. Trojans have yet to go to the bench. 2:05 to play, first quarter. 14-10, Thorne Academy. Again, the pass by Bullen, stolen by the Redskins. Bullens almost steals it back. It goes to Adams. Adams hit by Harder on the way in. And now Alex Paul, junior guard, will check in for Coach Vince Emery. Corey Adams makes them both, and it's a two-point game, 14-12. They try to go in behind the zone to Nate Hall, tipped out of bounds by Lizotte. Lizotte, number 42, had 12 points off the bench for the Redskins in that last game. Stolen again. Gendron coasts in, no good. Gets his own board, falls down, and gets called for the travel. Thorne Academy having troubles with their passing game tonight. Again, Harder goes on the floor. First tie-up since the opening tip. It'll be Thorne Academy's basketball. Just in case you don't know, whoever wins the tip, the arrow goes in the favor of the other team, and it flip-flops for the remainder of the contest, including at the end of quarters. Stetson, long, rebound Harder, gives to Hall. Hall pulls up on the baseline, long, and Gallagher rips down the board. Redskins with another chance to tie or take the lead. They've withstood an 8-point possession by the Trojans. Shot no good. Sakuzo, weak side rebound. Sakuzo dishes nicely for Stetson. And Sakuzo, another assist. 16-12, 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Adams pulls up. Tickles a Twine for a deuce. And there's 12 seconds left now. Sakuzo walks it up. Gendron on him. They had Alex Paul in the back door. They don't get it to him. Through traffic. Oh, a horrible call right there. Sakuzo weaving his way through Sanford players. He did not create the contact. But they call the offensive foul on Sakuzo with 4 seconds to play in the quarter. Kumka will look to take it. And he does, and he just misfires. So, 1 quarter, and it's everything we anticipated. 16-14, Thorne Academy. You're watching Trojan basketball on CTV 30.
Isn't it nice to know that in an ever-changing world, there is one place you can count on to never change? At Lucky Loggers Landing, certain things haven't changed and never will. The staff is excellent, and the food is cooked to order using the freshest beef, haddock, turkey, and local brown eggs. Fresh cream is still used in your freshly ground bottomless cup of coffee, and the turkey clubs and fish chowder are legendary. At Lucky Loggers, sit back, relax, and be glad some things never change.
Harper, Tony Ryan back with you. 16-14 Trojans.
Well, Jay, in that first quarter, Stetson, unbelievable. 11 points in 1 quarter. I mean, that's a lot. And the other big stat in that, Cooper 2 fouls early, so. And the other important stat, Gallagher has 6 points. So he's not into foul trouble, which Sanford really needs.
He fouled out of the last contest and certainly affected Sanford's offense. Stetson with a 3, 2 baskets, and 4 free throws for the 11. Lawley, the pull-up, in and out. Tip. And a good job by Alex Harder as he saves it and slams it off Cooper. And Cooper back in there to start the second quarter. He has 2 personals. Nate Pike, sophomore, checks in for the Trojans. So it's Pike, Paul, Harder, Sakuzo, and Stetson.
If I were Thorne, I'd go right to where Cooper is and see if he can pick up his 3rd.
Harder should dribble in at him. He doesn't. Sakuzo takes it. Got it.
Jimmy Sakuzo is so smooth when he takes a shot.
Pretty amazing when you're sophomore point guard averaging 17.5 a contest. Nice move by Kumka. He answers back, 18-16. Backdoor for Sakuzo, spins, puts it up, no good. Little off balance. Lawley, nice dish down low. Shot up, no good, and Stetson high for the rebound. Cooper found the handle on it, but couldn't convert. Alex Paul indecisive out there and gets the 5-second call whistled on him, and he had a baseline drive. Kumka was giving him the base. Matt Brochu, number 45, junior forward for the Trojans, checks in. Stetson will get a quick breather. Alex Harder whistled for the foul. Only his 2nd. And he pleads with Coach Emery saying, Coach, I'm okay, it's 2, I know it. Don't worry, don't take me out. I'm not gonna get the 3rd. Tipped by Sakuzo and stolen. He leads a 4-on-2. And now he pulls it up. Inside, Harder fighting, weaving, won't go down. Pike, the rebound, up, and he's fouled. Great job by Nate Pike, 6'2" sophomore. And he fights in there with the trees and pulls off the board and goes right back up with it. Draws the personal.
I tried to figure out who it was on. I thought it was on Cooper, but they called it on Kevin Lawley, his second.
Lawley sits down with 2 personals now, and Adams right back in. And Pike makes both free throws. And it's 20-16, Thorne Academy by 4. 5:05 to play, second quarter. Gallagher with Brochu on him. Go into Cooper, the big guy. Up, no good, tips it back up and in. Rob Cooper, 18 points per game, 16.5 rebounds. Sacuso now on Gendron, bang. Rhythm, rotation, and release. And Sacuso knocks down another. Isn't that like schoolwork? 3 hours reading, writing, and arithmetic. Rhythm, release, and rotation for Sacuso. Nice backdoor pass, and Gendron gets the 2 back, 22-20. See if Sacuso goes to work on Gendron again. Pulls up, leaves it for Brochu. Brochu up and under, no good. And Cooper able to hold on to Brochu and stuff him down on 2 occasions. Stetson comes back in. Alex Harder sits down now. Ben Pelletier, number 23, checks in for Coach Roberts. We didn't see him in the last contest. Pelletier, a 6-foot junior. Inside, Gallagher turns around, got it. 22-22. Stetson with Cooper on him. He draws it and count it. And Cooper has something to say to the officials, and I don't blame him. That was all Stetson. Stetson got inside, went up with the arms, and banged right in to Cooper. Cooper really stood straight up, didn't force his issue, but most officials across the nation, I don't care what level you play at, would have called that a defensive foul.
Another slight edge is Thorne's playing at home. More fans. I mean, he's only human, but.
Well, the only thing to that you brought up before we went on the air tonight, Sanford's 3 losses, all coming at home. They're a better road team. Gallagher. He's heating up. 25-24. Gallagher trying to cover Stetson. Stetson loses it as he made his way into the lane. Good move, though, but he just lost control. Sanford maybe throws it away. Oh, Sacuso had a bucket, and they whistled Kumka out, I think, before he stepped out of bounds. But Sanford, the turnover, as the inbounds came for Kumka, he didn't see it coming. It hit off his head and went out of bounds.
Even though that Stetson didn't get the bucket before, that is a good play. You know he can beat Gallagher off the dribble, so next time he'll do it again.
Sacuso pulls up. Long, Stetson the rebound. Goes back up again. Shawn Stetson now with 16 points here in the first half. Inside Lizotte with Pike on him. The turnaround and tipped up and in. Pat Gallagher, 6'6", and he got up there. Stetson had problems getting it in. Finally finds Pike, and Pike leaves it back for Stetson.
It's becoming the Gallagher-Stetson show out there.
And that's what we had in the first half at Sanford last time, but then Gallagher, who scored 14 in the first half, got shut out in the second. Stetson, another bucket.
This is entertainment, Jay. Back and forth, Gallagher and Stetson.
29-26. Trojans by 3. Number 4 in the SMAA versus number 5. Pelletier with a fake, nice pass to Lizotte. Lizotte gets fouled hard by Brochu.
Smart foul by Brochu, make him earn it. That would have been an easy basket right off the glass.
The Trojans will allow Matt Brochu to commit those type of fouls. He's in there banging and playing his defense and doing a good job, the junior off the bench. And there you go. You saved your team 1 point already. One of 2 for Lizotte. It's 29-27. Stetson with Lizotte on him. Thinks about the 3. Backdoor for Sacuzo. And can't quite connect.
If Sacuzo was a little more open, that was an easy bucket because he had the backdoor cut.
A great look by Stetson to see him. He had some vision there of throwing a pass like Steve Young. Gallagher pulls up. Wow. He is in fuego right now. Stetson re-steals. Was up for Hall. Hall leaves for Stetson. Stetson spins in the lane. Gets hit from behind. It's a whack on the head from Lizotte. And the basket rolls in and out.
That's 2 on Lizotte.
Dave Cudworth, a 6'5" sophomore, checks in for the Redskins. Last time it was Gallagher who sat a lot because of foul trouble. This time it's Cooper. And Stetson continues the offense.
Sanford's big men are in big foul trouble. Cooper's got 3, Lawley 2, Lizotte 2.
Stetson misses a free throw, but Pike with the rebound. Nice dribble and move. And the official had a good look right there. Double dribble called. Couldn't see it from our angle. Pretty finish, though, by Pike as he came up and under with a left hand. Fortunately, he used that little advantage down there. Gallagher misses, fights for his own board. Stetson comes away with it. Trojans with a patient offense. Backdoor cut, Sacuzo blocked and hit. I'll tell you another part of Jimmy Sacuzo's game that you may have overlooked. He's got some beautiful cuts. He's doing a nice job at the backdoor cuts, and his teammates are doing a nice job and just missing on a couple occasions, finding him with a basketball. Sacuzo's free throw rattles in and out. It's a 1-point game with 19 seconds to go in the first half. And they both rattle in and out. Gallagher the rebound. And Hall almost had the steal. So the Redskins, after all in all, have 15 seconds, more than likely last possession and a chance to take the lead. heading to the locker room at the half. The foul will be on Bullens, and that'll send the sophomore Cudworth to the free throw line with 3 seconds left on the clock. Seth Bullens' second personal foul. And we'll see how the sophomore holds up to a standing room only crowd. No problems with the first one. Trojans have 3 seconds to push it up the floor and get off a shot. We're tied at 30. And Cudworth makes them both. Sakuza wide open down court. Takes the three-pointer and rattles in and out. He had time for a couple of dribbles. A great first half of basketball at Linnell Gym in Saco. And the Redskins withstand an 8-point possession by the Golden Trojans and come back to take a 1-point lead at the end of the half. We'll take a break. Be back with halftime and more right after this.
Leading the great American tradition of trading post is Aldo's Trading Post, famous since 1991. He's so far in the lead that people everywhere are asking, where's Aldo? In the heart of downtown Biddeford, of course, and he's got a new location at 152 Main Street. Just 2 doors down from the original, you'll find even more great bargains on everything from video games to office furniture, appliances to record albums. Stop in today, check out both stores, and play the area's newest, most rewarding and popular game, Where's Aldo? When you find him, you'll be glad you did. Barnum Animal crackers next to Jurassic Dinosaur cookies. Gumballs and Mary Jane's next to Nintendo bubblegum. Penny candy everywhere. Are you in the Twilight Zone? No, you're at the Wayway store where every day is a step back to 1929. Stop in and visit with Catherine and Peggy for all your everyday grocery needs and then some. And remember, a slower, kinder time. From penny candy to padlocks, dried beans to dolls with homemade outfits, you'll find it at the Wayway store. Step back in time at the Wayway store without leaving today.
The next time someone asks if you were raised in a barn, tell them no, but you eat in one, and then take them to the North Street Barn, a beautifully restored landmark that's a delight to the eyes as well as the taste buds. You'll be overwhelmed by the mind-boggling selection of gourmet pizza, as well as traditional Italian dishes, like their award-winning lasagna and hot and cold sandwiches. Be sure to stop by the Barnyard Tavern and check out the karaoke on Friday nights, or visit Heart's Desire or the Carriage House Gallery. Remember, you weren't raised in a barn, you eat in the North Street Barn.
Welcome back to Linnell Gym in Saco. Jay Harper, Tony Ryan, and the ever dependable Steve Poulos on the camera. And another good one in progress. Trojans trailing at the half 30-31 or 31-30. And Shawn Stetson, 19 points for the Trojans in that first half. Sakuzo 6. So 25 of the Trojans' 30 coming from their 1-2 punch. Good and bad with that. You really need to mix in some more scoring. Harder had a 3-point play for 3. Pike had 2 free throws for the other points. And then Gallagher, their big man, 14 points in the first half. Exactly as many as he had last time these two teams met. But then they shut him out in the second half. We don't expect to see that tonight.
No, we really don't. The reason Thornton shut them down is he got his third and fourth very quickly in the third quarter. And right now he only has 1, and I don't think he'll be picking up his third anytime soon the way he's playing. So I think it's basically going to come down to Stetson and Gallagher tonight because they are hot.
In fuego. And Cooper right now, the big guy for Sanford, 3 personals. He's the only player really in foul trouble. Harder has 2. He avoided the third in the remainder of the half, and 31-30 as we get set to start the second half between 9-3, number 4 ranked Thornton Academy, and 8-3, number 5 ranked Sanford. 3 weeks ago, at Sanford's Memorial Gym. The Trojans won 72-70 in overtime. The first tie for the Trojans came at the end of regulation when Stetson hit the three-point bomb. And then the Trojans, right at the buzzer in overtime, Harder, the steal from Cooper over to Stetson for the bucket and the win. And a big game for these two teams because the heels out of this one could pretty much sew up a top 4 finish, and most teams want that, although they don't get home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs because they play them at the Civic Center. So, but you still want to go in a higher seed, but these two teams, it could be a preview and a third meeting come the postseason, and they could meet as early as the first round if they stayed in the 4-5 slots. Thornton will start with the basketball. Stetson, Sacuzo, Bullens, Harder, and Hall. Nate Hall really needs to step up with some scoring here. No points for the senior in that first half. Coach Roberts and Sanford counters with Gallagher, Cooper, Gendron, Lawley, and Adams. Stetson thinks about a 3 and then gets tied up. Trojans in the man. Redskins go to Cooper. He's in trouble and leaves it on top. Gallagher open for the tray. Nice roll. Adams tips it right to Stetson. Sacuzo pulls up. And he tweaks the twine for 2. And it's the Trojans by 1. In for the big guy, Cooper answers back. Nice move with his back to the basket. Sacuzo on the dribble. Stetson will take the tray, rolls in and out. Gallagher the board. They got Lawley wide open. And Gendron now finally finds him. Lawley drives strong to the hoop. No good, the rebound, Gallagher. And the Redskins have matched their biggest lead. They led 3-0, they lead 35-32. Thorn Academy a little out of sync. Gallagher. Baseline bomb. 2-pointer. 37-32. And Thornton now scrambling offensively. Sacuzo comes back for Hall. Hall will take it. It's long, and Cooper controls the boards. Gallagher long, and Sacuzo off the window, rolls around the rim, back off the window and in, and it's 37-34. Sanford with the lead. Sacuzo smartly knowing Cooper was on him, and Cooper really couldn't go aggressively at Sacuzo. 3 personals. Gendron from three-point land. No good, tipped up. No good, tipped back up. No good, blocked. Hall had all ball. He stuffed them clean. And that was a foul. I think the official thought there's no way that Hall could block him clean, so he started blowing the whistle before the shot even took place. That was clean as they come.
I can only say one thing about that play. Hall must have some leaping ability, because Cooper, he got up there.
Sanford has come out strong here to start the second half. Stetson leaves for Harder. Harder up and under, no good, and slapped out of there by Lizotte. Adams, a tray. And the Trojans need a timeout. They trail 8, 42-34, and the Sanford crowd going ballistic on the other side. Thorne Academy's JV team won tonight's contest, and a good one. A barn burner right to the wire. I think the final was 58-52. Junior varsity's second win in a row. Strong performances by Travis Roy, Justin Allen, Matt Conley, just to name a few. Thorne now trailing 8 points. They have the ball. Not unfamiliar territory for Thorne Academy. These two teams have been playing it in spurts. And right now, Sanford on an 11-4 run here to start the third quarter. Scuso pulls up. And the sophomore point guard taking control offensively, as he so notoriously does. When his team needs a basket, he knows, and he's not afraid to get it done. In for Cooper, goes for Lizotte. Lawley the drive, a pretty one, no good. Tipped, almost tipped up and in by Cooper, amazing. Stetson getting mugged, unbelievable. The official watched him get hit 3 times, never called it. Nice move, Bullens to the basket. And the Trojans back within 4.
Stetson's probably would have to get shot for the referee to call something. I mean, I don't know what was left.
Kumka, no good. Cooper on the boards, back up, no good. He tips it again, keeping it alive. The Trojans scramble for it. And now Stetson in the official's face, and he's not too pleased. He's ready to call a T, and not a TO. They say Nate Pike touched it while he was out of bounds. It looked like it was Sanford doing that. Gallagher back in, goes on top for Lawley. Lawley now in the reverse, back around for Gallagher. Gallagher pulls up, and he's definitely fouled. Third personal on Alex Harder, and that brings Matt Brochu off the bench for the Trojans. Gallagher now with the 2 free throws. Gets the nice roll on the first.
That's when you know you're shooting well, because you front end it and you still get it in.
Leaves no doubt on the second. 44-38. Brochu in trouble now. Goes back door, Stetson in through the lane. Stetson plays to the crowd. And Matt Brochu in trouble, desperation, finally finds Stetson cutting on the backdoor pass and gives him a beauty. bounce pass, and Stetson picked his way through the crowd. And another basket for Shawn Stetson.
You wouldn't happen to know who fouled him, would you, Jay?
Kumka.
Thank you very much.
Only his first personal, and it's 44-41. Stetson completes the three-point play. He had 31 in the last contest. He's looking to pass that milestone here tonight. Lolly from way downtown, no good. And Gallagher gets called for foul over the back. And Stetson with a little bit of an acting job getting that one back for the Trojans. And a chance for Thorne Academy to climb within one or even a tie with a tray. Sanford comes on with some full court pressure, and now they walk it off as Sakuzo will bring it up. Adams on him. Roshu retrieves, gets it for Bullens. Adams goes for the steal. Stetson will take the bomb. It's in the hole. Stetson now with 25, and he comes down court shaking his head, saying, oh yeah.
I think Shawn's starting to feel it.
He's in his zone, no doubt about it, as he was last time versus the Redskins. Stetson called on a personal foul, and I believe that'll be only his second, maybe only his first.
Yeah, it's only his first.
Non-shooting foul. Redskins will inbound. Score is tied at 44. Trojans have come back to score 8 straight, now answered by Cooper. 46-44, a minute 27 to go, third quarter. Trojans in the Redskins. Sakuzo having trouble with the dribble, keeps it alive. Crossover, gets hit, no call. Kept alive, Brochu, pike back up. Stetson will take it, no good. And now finally, they're calling it on Stetson. It was Sakuzo who grabbed him. Trojans with 3 chances there. Come up empty, and the foul, there was a foul down low as Cooper was hit, but it was Sakuzo who looked like to have whacked him.
And Cooper's so big, I mean.
Trojans scrappy in there on the offensive boards. Got 3 chances that time, and even Stetson couldn't finish it. Gallagher pulls up, no good. A rebound fought for and controlled by the Redskins. Bullens, a strong weak side rebound. Outlet for Sakuzo. This kid can dribble. I always thought I could bounce the basketball. This kid would school me any day of the week.
He schools everyone he plays.
Backdoor pass. Brochu again with a beauty. He's looking like John Stockton out there, but Bullens couldn't finish it. Inside pass stolen by the Trojans. Sakuzo dribbling out of traffic, a 3-on-3. Sakuzo around his back, hits himself, loses it. Gallagher comes away with it, and that'll do it in the third quarter. And a good effort by the Trojans after they fall behind by 8. They climb back to within 2. Trojans led by 2, 16-14 at the end of the first quarter. It was 31-30 at the half, and it's 46-44 here at the end of 3. Redskins will inbound to start the fourth quarter. Jay Harper, Tony Ryan, and Steve Poulos along with you. And Sanford and Thornton bring the cameras. Lizotte behind the arc. Oh my. He came out of nowhere in the last meeting, and he comes out of nowhere in this one. Although they know about him, he's been quiet to this point. And he buries a 3 to start the fourth quarter, giving the Redskins the 5-point advantage. Stetson with Lawley on him. Goes base, kicks back for Pike. Pike, nice move. Oh, they're gonna count it. Oh yeah. What a move for the sophomore. Stetson was in trouble on the baseline. He had to kick it back. He found Pike. Pike dribbled in, put a head fake up on Cooper. He didn't buy it. So Pike just took that nice step, went up with a left hand, and Lizotte whacked him. Misses the free throw. Trojans fight. Stetson the rebound. Brochu kicks it back out. Sakuzo pulls up. Short. And it's 49-46. Inside Cooper, gets hit, no call, the high tip, and Pike the rebound. Brochu may have gotten away with a foul down there. But a strong defensive effort on 6'9" Rob Cooper. Sanford now packing in the zone, Stetson a 3, no good. And the foul from behind on Matt Brochu. That'll be the team's 6th personal. The next one, they're over the limit, and the Redskins will go 1-1. Sanford with only 3 team fouls right now. Both teams shuffling fresh legs. Scuzo, Pike, Stetson, Harder, and Paul now for the Trojans. It's Kumka, Adams, Gallagher, Cooper, and Lawley for the Redskins. Kumka drives, stops, pops. Got it. 51-46. Redskins have yet to lose on the road. The Trojans have yet to lose when the cameras have been here. Sakuzo tweaking on the twine, and it's a 3-point contest.
He's so calm when he shoots.
Lawley, the nice baseline move. And the foul will be on Alex Paul. 2-shot foul, but now Sanford in the bonus for the remaining 5:47. And a very good free throw shooting team for the most part, but you'll remember Ken Kumka struggled at the line late, and I even believe Gallagher missed a couple to give the Trojans the chance to come back and tie. Lawley makes them both. Hall comes back in for Nate Pike. 5:45 to go in the game. We should say regulation. 53-48 the score. Long shot missed. Harder the rebound. And the foul will be on Alex Harder. They call Harder on the push, and he's saying he just jumped, and if he pushed off early. Well, Tony, your thoughts on final, well, not the final, we still got a Pro Bowl to play, but the Super Bowl.
Well, Jay, we know who the better conference is the last 11 years.
And barring any major changes with free agency, it's either San Fran or Dallas again next year. I'm sorry.
I think Sanford will win it the next couple years. They've got some free agents they have to re-sign, but they're solid for the next 2 to 3 years.
And I actually made it down to the Super Bowl, was going down to tailgate, maybe scalp a ticket. Tickets were going for the cheapest, $500, and had people paying $1,000 just for a regular seat. Now this isn't even a front row 50-yard line seat. They're paying $1,000 for end zone seats. Amazing amount of people. But somehow, I made it in the second half, and believe it or not, had tickets. Well, not tickets, I had seats. Let's put this straight. In the end zone of the Chargers, and got to see a couple of Rice touchdowns, and of course the onslaught, and the late pass to Dion when he played wide receiver, and saw the second half of the Super Bowl, the end of the halftime festivities, and it didn't cost me a dime. Let's just say I met a very nice gate attendant. Sacuzo on the baseline, the pull-up, buries it. Gendron commits the foul. Sacuzo trying to keep his team within striking distance here. Jeff Roy, number 42, a 6-foot senior, has checked in for the Trojans. Sacuzo now trying to finish the three-point play and pull the Trojans back within. That is a very nitpicky foul. You know what I don't get about the officials is when they make their call. Now you saw what Hall did. I mean, he did reach a little bit, but then they go up and make their call. They go push, and they make it like the guy knocked the other guy down. Why can't they just say foul, you know, on the arm? Or they always do this push thing like the kid mugged the other kid.
Like Stetson got mugged in the corner?
And now Cooper will have to make his free throws. It's 55-50. 5-point lead for the Redskins, and Cooper has been knocking him down with regularity. And Sanford now at the line for the remainder of the contest. 1 of 2, Stetson the board. So a 6-point lead for Sanford. Trojans with the basketball, 5 minutes to play. Hall will take it from the corner, rattles in and out. The long rebound comes out. And Sanford now with a chance to build on a 6-point advantage. Gallagher, no good. Stetson another rebound. He's chalking up the boards tonight. Foul will be called on Gendron. Only the team's 5th, so 2 more before the Trojans go to the line.
That's what Thornton has to do. Give Sacuzo the ball behind the 3-point line. Just let him beat his man. Because I don't think there's anyone at Sanford that can stay with him.
In for Roy. Roy goes for Sacuzo. Sacuzo pulls up. Stetson's first half, and now it's Sacuzo in the second. Hall almost a steal. Gallagher takes it, no good. Long rebound though, and Gallagher gets it back. Gendron, nice look pass, but Cooper couldn't handle it. Sacuzo pulls up. Money in the bank. And Sacuzo with 14 second half points, 20 in the contest. He's got the Trojans back within a deuce. Cooper, no good. Pike the rebound. And the Trojans with a chance to tie.
Coach Emery right off the bench. Slow it down.
They're looking for an isolation, or are they looking for Stetson? In for Sacuzo. Turns around, won't go down. Cooper, the board. Cooper's done a nice job staying out of foul trouble here in the second half. Wally, no good. Rebound, Jimmy Sacuzo. And Sacuzo's facial expressions on that one, like, ooh, that might have got a little my foot.
I think I think he gave it to Thornton because he didn't call the foul on Sanford. It looked like whoever the Sanford defender was draped all over Sakusa's back on that, so I don't think he called the foul, just gave him the ball.
Roy gives it for Pike. Hall fakes again, goes in for Pike. Pike back out for Roy. Stetson will air it out. It's long and nobody there for the board. Gallagher, the pretty move. Cooper there for the tip back. 58-54.
Thornton's got to stay calm. There's still 2:15 left. Plenty of time.
Trojans missing the big body of Alex Harder, keeping Cooper off the boards. Kuzo kicks for Stetson. Stetson drives, goes up, gets hit. And that's one of the sweetest rolls you'll ever see. I think you had to buy that one at Riley's to get it any better than that. And the crowd loving it to the right.
And to the left. And forward.
Crowd to the left of me, crowd to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. .204 to go in regulation. 58-56, Sanford with a lead. Stetson has one free throw coming and a chance to pull the Trojans within one, and we're headed almost an identical type ending as the one in Sanford. And it's going to start to become that possession game, and you wonder if Coach Roberts will stay away from the freeze offense that he used and really, I think, took Sanford out of their game late in regulation and then in overtime.
Yeah, it really does throw your team out of a rhythm. You're trying to pass the ball, and teams know you're going to run that four corner, pass, pick down, guy comes up. That guy's going to be draped all over him trying to pick off the pass. So you run your regular motion offense and try and get that good shot. They can't overplay the pass.
It is Stetson coming to the free throw line, looking for his 28th point of the night. Stetson misses the free throw, and Cooper clears the board. So Stetson missing a crucial free throw with 1:57 to go. Sanford by 2 and the ball. They go in for Cooper. And a very late whistle, but the foul called.
Of all the Sanford players, Cooper is the worst foul shooter. So, if any luck has come around, happen now.
Cooper hasn't missed tonight. And Alex Harder now will come in. That's Hall's 4th personal. And actually, Hall will stay in the lineup with the 4 fouls. It'll be Pike sitting down. So the starting 5 out there for Thorne Academy. And again, it's a 4-point game. Still plenty of time. Cooper is something like 7 for 7 from the line tonight.
5, Jay, 5.
5 for 5?
5 for 5.
Stetson! Oh, daddy, what a player.
Only when you're in a zone do you get rolls like that.
That ball started coming out, and all of a sudden just Radar sucked it down in the hole. And that's a golf shot and it's in the hole if I ever saw it. Trojans trail by 1, 60-59. Sanford goes to that four-corner offense as we hit the 1-minute mark. Who do you foul? You foul Cooper. He's made them all. He's inside on Harder. Kicks it out. Lawley. Lawley goes for Gallagher. He'll take it. No good, but he gets his own board. And he gets the roll with 50 seconds to play. It's a 3-point game.
One possession, though. That's the key.
And the Trojans will take a timeout. And that time, Stetson was diving out at Cooper, trying to block his first shot, and fell out of position to box out. The long rebound, kick back. Gallagher got it, went up with the one hand, and boy, he got a nice roll as well. And it is 62-59, 42 seconds to go, and I did anticipate another game exactly of this caliber, but I'm not sure if we really expected it could come down almost identical to the last time.
Amazing. Stetson has 30 points, and
good look at the home.
Gallagher has 25.
What a night for those two fine seniors. And of course, Sakuzo coming up big for the Trojans in the second half. 14 points and 20 on the night. 42 seconds left. Coach Vince Emery diagramming the play they're looking for. Stetson has 2 or 3 threes so far on the night. 3 threes. So a tray of threes, and he's going to look to serve up another one.
This might also be the Sakuzo. You do not know.
They leave Stetson open. He'll take it. No good. Lawley the rebound, and now the Trojans will have to foul. And they get the foul on Kumka with 29 seconds to play. Stetson got the ball the first time. I think he was surprised at how open he was and hesitated on the first shot, and then they really didn't even come out to check him up on that one. He took the 3, and it came up just short. And now huge free throws for Ken Kumka.
I guess it really doesn't matter who you foul for Sanford. They're all pretty good foul shooters.
Kumka did struggle in the last game. And he struggles again.
I hate to use the word jinxed, but
another timeout called by Thorne Academy, 62-59, and Kumka will come back after the timeout with the 1 free throw.
getting back to the playoffs, Jay, as you said before, Thornton would like to win this game, but whoever wins this game probably will end up being the number 4 team. The loser probably will end up being number 5. They probably will play again at the Cumberland County Civic Center in the first round. Really no home court advantage there.
You know, you're exactly right. And if the Trojans do come out victorious, very tough to beat a good team 3 times. So they might like the 1-1 better, although obviously that's not running through their minds right now. They're thinking one thing and one thing only, and that's somehow find a way to win this game. And you look at the heel points, and it is a dramatic drop-off from the number 3 to the 4, Bonnie Eagle to Thornton. 61-73 heel points for Bonnie Eagle, 49-38 for the Trojans, and Sanford right behind at 46-91. And then there's that huge drop again after Sanford, the 6, 7, and 8 spot. So that's why, in all likelihood, what we're telling you now, as Kumka misses them both, Raleigh falls out of bounds. And the Trojans have it with 27 seconds. And Kumka, as we said, struggled the last time at the free throw line. He does again. The inbounds for Sakuzo. Adams all over him. Down to 20. Glides in, tap, Sakuzo. And he's fouled by Cooper with 15 seconds to go. So Jimmy Sakuzo trying to glide the baseline and draw the foul and the bucket. Doesn't happen, but somehow Thorne Academy tough on the offensive glass. Come out now, Sakuzo with 2 free throws. Obviously, you want to see him make the first, and then you think about possibly missing the second. if you make them both, you certainly got to put full court pressure and look for a steal or a foul right away. And Sakuzo has been brilliant tonight, except in one place, and that's where he stands right now. Tipped up by Hall. And they get it off for Lawley, and he is their best free throw shooter. So with 10 seconds of play, the Trojans now looking at a near miracle to pull this one out. Lawley has yet to miss a free throw tonight. I don't think he missed one in the last contest. He buried 2 big ones late in that one. So he is the man for Sanford. All he's got to do is make one, and as long as Sanford doesn't foul on a 3-point shot, it's their game. And there it is. Trojans going to get a long court pass out, get a quick shot. You never know. 10 seconds is quite a bit of time. But it is now a 2-possession game. Sakuzo down to 6, pulls up. Just misses. And with 3 seconds to foul, so Sanford will come out with a big win. As they have yet to lose on the road, they'll improve to 9-3. All 3 losses coming at their own gym. 1-point loss to EL, a 2-point loss in overtime to Thornton Academy, and then the blowout at the hands of the Bonnie Eagle Scots. So Thornton Academy had some chances late. And Ken Kumpka left the door open for a little while, but after the 2 missed free throws by Sakuzo, Lawley fouled, and he made them both. And another great game, and hats off to both coaches and players on both sides. Thornton Academy will fall to 9-4. And again, as we said, that big heel point differential between the 3 and 4 and 5 seeds and the 5 and 6, 7 and 8 seeds. So in all likelihood, unless the Trojans come up with some big upsets down the road, and they really don't play other than Bonnie Eagle, Sakuzo at the buzzer, no good, and the final is 66-59. Sanford comes back to steal one at Linnell Gym in Saco. And the huge crowd now will file out. 66-59 as the players now shake hands, and the Redskins will improve to 9-3. Thornton falls to 9-4. And looking at Thornton's schedule the rest of the way, at Biddeford next week, or is that, I have to check that schedule, just double check and get the right one here.
They play at Noble.
At Noble Tuesday, and then home versus Lewiston, at Massabesic, home versus Bonnie Eagle, and then at Biddeford on the 23rd of February. And the big one, of course, in that bunch is the Bonnie Eagle game, the only game that could, excuse me, potentially pull the Trojans up in the 4 or maybe 3 slot, depending on how the top 3 teams do down the line. But again, we talked about the big difference in heels from the 1, 2, 3 seeds to the 4 and 5, and then again the big drop off after Thornton and Sanford down to the 6 and 7. Almost 20 points a drop off there, and about 18 from the top 3. So a great night of basketball once again by these 2 tremendous high school basketball teams, and great performances from Thornton Academy's Stetson and Sakuzo and Sanford's Gallagher and Cooper. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our final wrap. Final score, Sanford 66, Thornton Academy 59. Stay with us. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm Bill Silica Jr., the photographer and the author of the Maine Moose Watcher's Guide. I've loved moose ever since I was a kid and I saw my first moose. That's why I did the book. It tells you everything you need to know about where to go to find and enjoy more moose in the state of Maine. It tells you how they behave and how you should behave so you can stay out of trouble and not interfere with moose. Let me share some of my images with you. Not bad, huh?
You can own your own copy of the Maine Moose Watcher's Guide for only $9.95. Send check or money order plus $3 shipping and handling to Northeast TV, 42 Industrial Park Road, Saco, Maine, 04072.
Welcome back to Linnell Gym in Saco. Jay Harper along with Tony Ryan. The final score, Sanford 66, Thorne Academy 59. Another great contest. Thorne Academy and Shawn Stetson looked at another three to tie it in regulation. This time he comes up just a little short, but you can't fault Shawn Stetson. A 30-point performance tonight. And when we talked at the top of the cast, bench scoring, a big factor in this one. Sanford has 10 points off the bench. Not a lot, but Thorne Academy only 4 coming from Nate Pike.
Yeah, and that was the difference in tonight's game, a 7-point game. And a couple of breaks could have gone either way for both teams, and that's the difference. Sanford gets the breaks, Thornton doesn't, and Thornton has to look past this, finish the rest of the year, and then finish strong going into the playoffs.
Yeah, as you said earlier, too, and we talked about a lot, is the fact that these two teams probably destined for 4-5 in a third meeting in the first round of the playoffs. Of course, Thornton and Sanford both with games in hand with Bonnie Eagle and an upset or a victory there because these teams are all so closely ranked and, of course, positioned talent-wise. And if Thornton or Sanford wins there, they could sneak up to a 3 spot, but more than likely a 4-5, and then it's who's hot, who's ready to play come postseason. But a great night for basketball here at Linnell Gym, and running down the scoring, Gallagher leads the way for Sanford. He has 24. Cooper, the other big man, their 1-2 punch with 15, and then Kumka off the bench with 8. Adams had 7, Lawley had 4, Gendron and Cudworth a deuce apiece. For Thorne Academy, Shawn Stetson, he had 31 at Sanford. He has 30 back here in Saco. Sakuzo 20, 14 in that second half. Pike 4, Harder 3, Bullens 2. Of course, Harder only 3 points on that 3-point play right at the beginning of the night. He goes scoreless the rest of the way, and no scoring from Hall, and that really hurt Thorne Academy. Again, they're not getting enough offense from enough people. Only 5 people scoring, and one of your players scoring is coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for Thornton Academy. They got to start getting more people to score. It's a lot of pressure for Stetson and Sakuzo, knowing that most nights they're going to have to put up the points for the team to win. So I think if Thorne starts getting their bench scoring together, they could really be a tough team to play in the playoffs.
All right, another great game between Sanford and Thornton, maybe becoming the Duke, North Carolina of collegiate basketball here at the high school ranks. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Coach Vince Emery back after this. Welcome back, being joined by head coach Vince Emery now. And Vince, another great performance between 2 excellent high school basketball teams. You guys come up a little short in this one. Both teams losing at their home courts. How do you explain that?
Well, like you said, you got 2 good basketball teams who are playing one another. And in games like this, down there and up here, when you have 2 good teams, you just want to make sure you play well, and hopefully everybody plays well. And tonight, you saw 4, 2 for them, 2 for us, 4 quality basketball players, and I thought everybody played excellent. And, hey, that's just a real good basketball game. Unfortunately, obviously, we came up on the short end here. We'll sit down tomorrow, look at the film, see what we need to do to make a little adjustments here and there. I mean, I'm not in a situation where I thought we played poorly. They just happened to win this one.
Now, looking at the rest of your schedule, there's some teams on there you should take care of, and of course that big game, the Bonnie Eagle game, that's your big heels the rest of the way. Do you look at that one a key game to maybe solidify a 4 or even sneak up in the top 1, 2, 3 position?
Oh, we got too much stuff before that. That's a good 2 weeks away. We got to go down to we got to go down to Noble, which is never an easy place to play. Then we got Lewiston back here, who we only beat by 3 the first time around, and then we got Massabesic, who has enough talent to beat anybody. So, Bonnie Eagle's a long ways away. We'll worry about that when that time comes. They're a good team, obviously, but we've got too far to go to be concerned about them yet.
Are you concerned with the scoring other than Stetson and Sakuzo? They come up with 50 of the 59 tonight. You're not getting a lot of scoring anywhere else.
Well, we've done that all season, and those 2 kids are quality kids. Until somebody can prove that they can stop them, we're going to see what we have to do to get them their shots. I think we didn't run our, we turned the ball over a little bit. We didn't run our offense as well as we would like, which would have got some other kids some shots. But, we played well enough tonight. We played a good game. They ended up shooting the ball very well from the foul line, which is what won them the ball game at the end. But how many did Rob Cooper and Pat Gallagher have for them? You know, I mean, you can. That's the way high school teams are made up. And you know, like I said, when 4 kids like that step up and play the game, you just give them the ball and clear out, and you just let's say, hey, let's go have some fun with them.
Now, is Sanford and Thornton becoming the Duke, North Carolina of high school basketball? I mean, a couple years ago, you had a barn burner here, a great game. You had 2 quality games this year. You guys are really stepping up a high school basketball rivalry.
Oh, well, you know, we're so close together, obviously, and that's part of what makes a good rivalry. You know, your schools, your kids know each other. You know, hey, that's fun. If that's a rivalry, I guess, hey, we're getting there. But we don't mind. You know, I'm sure they don't mind because that creates the atmosphere in a gym, in a high school gym, that makes high school athletics so much fun. And as long as everybody keeps it in perspective, you know, everybody's fine. And sure, if that's a rivalry, hey, that's fine with us.
All right, a great effort tonight. Best of luck the rest of the way. Head coach Vince Emery. For the rest of my staff here, Steve Poulis, Tony Ryan, I'm Jay Harper saying so long. Once again, the final score, Sanford 66, Thornton Academy 59. We'll see you again real soon.
Is there an